Welcome to Retirement with Jim. So today, things I didn't know. So before we get started, if you like my channel, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps the channel grow. And feel free to leave comments. Really helps. So with that, let's get started. Things I didn't know that now that I've retired, I've kind of looked back on and kind of learned and realized. So the number one thing on the list is no one cares when you're gone. Yeah, you have this tendency to think they can't live without me, and I'm important to the company and whatnot. But in reality, life goes on, the company goes on, and you have to admit maybe it wasn't as you aren't as important as you think, and certainly people don't care as much. Life goes on; they got to get on with their own lives, so people don't really care. And you really come to realize that after you're gone. Um, the next thing is no more paychecks. Now, paychecks give you a level of confidence, allows you to pay your way through your life, pay your bills, buy the things you want. So having that weekly paycheck, it really matters because it really helps that psyche about what you can do in your life. When you do with your life. So you have to really carefully plan out retirement because you now are getting your money monthly and you're on a budget. You can't go out and make purchases that you normally wouldn't think twice about. So having that weekly paycheck, it makes you have a certain mindset that you just aren't going to have anymore. So next up on the list is spending time how you want. Now, this one I love because I really love the fact that I get to do whatever I want on my own time schedule, and that is worth $1,000,000. And not having to work and live my life on work schedule is so beneficial to me, and I really love it dearly. And you'll find out that you will too, because you can do things not only on your own terms. It's a matter of what do you want to do today. Maybe you want to do nothing, and it's absolutely okay with that. So spending your time how you want, quite valuable. It's a game changer there. Your health. You need to take your health seriously. Your body changes health wise when you go into your 40s and again when you're in your 60s. So you can really see, how the changes affect you when you're in your 40s, and you then definitely see it when you're in your 60s. So excuse me. You really want to take a look at your health. Sorry about that. Um, because you also want to take a look at what are your eating habits, how are you eating, and are you eating out too much, are you eating too much fast food? You need to eat healthier, and you got to find a way to get some exercise in there. And exercise, really, it just comes down to moving. It doesn't have to be you're out there running a marathon every 2 weeks. You're going to the gym every single day. It doesn't have to be that. But you have to be walking, moving to stay healthy. So things to consider on that. And the next thing I kind of learned looking back was I was too conservative with my portfolio in terms of my risk. I think I could have and should have taken more risk with the stock market. I came out okay, but I now realize looking back, I could have probably gone into retirement with a whole lot more money had I been a little less conservative and a little bit more of a risk taker with my portfolio. Not a bad thing, but you. It's always great because we always have 20/20 hindsight. We can look back on our life and go, oh, I could have done this or I should have done that. And this is one of them. I should have been a little less conservative and a little bit more aggressive. But in the end, I'm still fine. So things to think about, that when you look back on your what you didn't know, how that information could have maybe changed the outcome for your life and your retirement life. So let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next one.